Hi, beautiful souls. So happy New Year. Welcome to this beautiful new year. Welcome to this new light that is entering this space that we are now in. The energy right now in the collective, in the earth, in the plants, in the wind, in the trees, in all of creations and the messages moving through right now is a deep, deep softness, the most delicate softness, and melting into this softness, not in the way that ferociousness and fierceness cannot move within that space, but allowing the being to be the one that is moving, to be the one that is flowing first and foremost. So as we enter this space and as we enter this year, let's open up the channel for our new intentions for 2021. What do you want your main focus to be as a light worker of New Earth, as a light bearer, of the New Earth? What is the frequency that you want to emit, that you want to bring here? Each one that is tuning in is moving from their sacred reverence, from their sacred inward to outward motion. Your frequency at this time is wanted to be expressed fully in that honoring of your sacred presence, of your sacred being. However that looks and feels to you specifically. Caring for your vessel, caring for your being, caring for your avatar, treating your being with sacred reverence, allowing your light to be cultivated, to be tended to grow, and to care for that space of your sacred freedom, your sacred reverence, your sacred devotion, your sacred sovereignty as a light here. So thank you for being here. Thank you for rising in your light. Thank you for holding the light in the collective. So this year, we are going to be sharing in this space here, this collective space, to come together in a collective ritual, to come here in a sacred, reverent, and protected space, one that is healing, one that is transformative, one that is in sacred devotion to truth, and that alone. Anything that moves out of these bounds within this space that cultivates freedom and truth and being and pure expression of sacred self will not be permitted to be in this space and will be removed from this space. So the intention is to hold the frequency, hold the light for what is true, and to assist the rise in the collective. So The softness that is coming up in the field right now is permeating our physical avatars, to become flexible, to become strong in our bodies, but to move in this space, in our frequency, in our movements, in our being, very intentionally, with great reverence, with great respect for the sacred self and the process and unfolding of your path. We are all manifesting in different spaces, different ways, but we are all holding the frequency of light together. So honoring your space, honoring your being, honoring your motion, honoring your changes and transformation from within your temple, Allowing grace to move you naturally, organically, fluidly in your multidimensional aspects in self, in your wildness, in your freedom, however that is expressing through you at this time. Allowing yourself moment to moment, sacred, intentional moving. And to speak of slowness, not in the way that when your energy is running fast, that you are not moving with that. No, but being in your own rhythm with your motion. So more a deep listening than anything else. Deep listening to your being, moment to moment. Ace of Cups, allowing the pure energy of Source to radiate and permeate through you and into the world. One motion of presence moving through you, through your actions, through your being, vibrating into existence, vibrating, fluid like water, fluid like fire. Okay? Allowing the being to be dripping and intoxicated in its own presence, in the way the sacred self is being honored in divine reverence. The subtleties of the intuitive being are felt and expressed in their natural motion. The Ace of Cups is receiving directly from Source and transmitting down into Malkuth, into the earth, directly. When the inspiration is flowing, it is channeling it forth as it comes, directly, fluidly. This energy doesn't contain doubt or separation. There is no duality within this energy. It's one motion. The energy of embodiment. One motion. The action is the extension of Source, moving into physical manifestation. Knight of Cups. What is this offering? What is your sacred offering bringing forward, ushering forward into the collective? This comes back to what light do you wish to transmit? What frequency do you wish to transmit? That you are. That is your sacred nectar that you experience directly. Your internal richness that in turn you offer forward in your luminosity. In your luminosity. So allowing that beauty, that beingness of expression to offer itself up in divine truth, in divine love, in divine wisdom. Offering back unto life everything that you have received through your journey, through your experience. The deep love and infinite wisdom that has been given to you through your direct experiences, allowing yourself to be a beacon of light in however you choose to express. There are infinite ways for this expression. It does not mean you are a guide, that you are a coach, that you are even directly a leader in some way, although these are some of the ways they arise. This has to do with art, science, math, architecture, design. The way that spirit channels through you and the different ways that this evolves, this takes shape in new ways and new forms within your experience. So what does your field, what excites and ignites the passion within you? What is drawing you towards it? The subtlety, moving into your subtle energetic body, your being, listening deeply to have that connectivity and deep well of wisdom that is intentional in its unfolding, that allows you to move in your flow state, moving from that space that is not separated from your being. It is who you are. This expression is coming from your beingness, beingness in motion, beingness in motion. So in that way, what is flowing through you directly from source, the Ace of Cups, and the offering of the Knight of Cups unto the world from what you have received through your light and experience being here. Being authentic and true to who you are, and what feels in resonance in the deepest way, where you feel free, you feel happy, you feel excited, you are rich with possibility and infinite expanse and adventure in this space where there are no limits on what can be created, said, experienced, where you open the door and there are infinite more doors within this space that you can play, you can discover, you can expand upon. And each one you desire to open in that way, like a child. This is the experience and the feeling of the child coming to play in what it desires most, in the most free and beautiful way. This passion is arising in a deeper and richer way this 2021 and beyond. What ignites you in that way? And if there is not an answer for this at the moment, the call is to soften and deepen. Soften and deepen within the being, allowing the being to settle, to slow down, to listen. Knight of Wands. This is going to ignite your creativity, your fire, your passion. Giving yourself the space to be in silence, to be within your being, to deeply connect with yourself. You are giving space, you are giving room for the fires and the embers to burn and ignite a wild passion within you. So slowing down, marinating within your being is giving space for the truth of the expression to rise, to rise, to rise. So giving the being that space, fanning the flames, but going silent in that space to really feel what your body is saying, what your being is saying. Okay, the moon keeps popping out here. It's flipped. The moon and the Lovers are both flipped up, and the Queen of Discs. So I cannot ignore these. So here we are finding that by honoring the path of traversing on your sacred journey and moving from the inside out in this way, focusing on your sacred devotion, unifying your field, moving in flow state, in oneness with the Supreme I, moving through you, expressing through you, purely, in the pure expression of your being, of your sacred self. This is a space of strength in the great release into the unification of your being through choosing to be in full presence within this space that you are, which is collapsing, all soul fragmentation as you abide here in your being. For some of you, you are being called specifically for a ritual which is integrating the fragmentation of your soul force. So creating for yourself and preparing a ritual that completes and aligns as one all fragmented soul parts. Knowing the names and parts of the soul force that these fragments are identified with in order to bring them back into unity, asking and finding out, inquiring who they are. What do these energies represent in you? Once you can identify these energies, you can coax them and unify them to move as one together. So some of you are creating a ritual at this time. In order to do that, this is very important for those of you that feel drawn to this, to create this space for yourself and unify this space within your being. From this unification, what is being born from this space is the Queen of Discs. As you unify your inner field, you are moving from this space that is no longer split, no longer in this duality. And so now all of your actions, all of your creations are moving from pure being. So in this space, you can create what is desired from within, without attachment, without holding, without hanging on to. There is a great release of all of these energies playing out. You are simply moving within your being, creating within this space, and allowing all to create as it wills. But your attention is simply on honoring your moment-to-moment unfolding in your highest moment to moment. Honoring as you are guided, honoring as you are led. So here in this space, you are naturally coming into greater and greater and greater inner freedom, expanse, joy, pleasure, excitement, inspiration, so many ideas, so much beauty, flowers, infinite gardens from this space, without attachment to results, simply expressing in the love of the moment, in the beauty of the moment. Your being is celebrating itself, celebrating all of life. In this way, you rise and you become lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, allowing yourself to melt in this space, whatever that looks like for you or appears for you. Celebrate this rise. Celebrate this rise. Celebrate where you are upon the path right now as a new earth light worker in this sacred space, this sacred ritual that we are co-creating together. So thank you for being here. Thank you for honoring your path, honoring your light. Celebrate yourself in this space. Celebrate yourself in this space. In gratitude, in love, in reverence. Okay, beautiful souls, thank you for tuning in and being here. I'd love to hear how your new year is beginning and what your intentions are for this new year. If you'd love to share them below, I'd love to hear from you. All right, bye, beautiful beings. Happy New Year.